Start my day at 7 o'clock at the county barn. I will stay out there probably about an hour, hour and a half. I go back into the courthouse. My crew has work records. I've got a software program. You can come up to me and say, Beth, where were you on my county road 5 years ago? And I can tell you, well, 5 years ago, this is what I spent on your county road. This is a crew that was out there. This is the equipment. And this is the material I placed on your county road. Financial accountability. That is what a public servant, that's what you deserve. Y'all deserve no less than financial accountability. And I can give it to you. I can tell you where every one of my $945,000 goes. And I'm not ashamed of any of it. If I can turn it back into a business that operates here in Hopkins County, I'll do it. Because that's what you need to do. But you got to keep them honest. And what we also do is we have a buy board. That is, they bid stuff out at the state of Texas level. And we can go to them and ask them to give us a price on something, and then we can go out for open bid on it. And the bidders know that's what we're going to do, and then that way it keeps everybody honest. It doesn't keep a lot of that hometown stuff happening, you know. So it's keeping it honest. You know you're getting good prices. I was trying to think of what else. We have a Civic Center, and we're very proud of it. And y'all have noticed the expansion out there, and it's pretty much, if y'all look in the back of the paper, that thing's booked. Sometimes 2 and 3 events at the same time. County government, while it operates off a hotel motel tax that the city collects, and we get half of it, that's the way that hotel motel tax was passed, we get approximately $90,000 a year. The county puts in $365,000 a year to operate the Civic Center. The Civic Center makes on events somewhere around $270 a year on events, and we very seldom ever, I can't even think, do free events out there. If you do one free event, then how do you tell somebody no? The county gets 10, the city gets 10, and the school gets 10, but they are not supposed to be money-making events. There's for like if we have a seminar or something, we can go use the room and not be charged for it. But you are not to get out and try to make money on that event, because that's what the Civic Center does. But the Civic Center brings in a lot of money. It does. And it fills our hotels, it fills our restaurants, it has a lot of people go shop around town, and the Commissioner's Court is over that. You'll also hear of us going out for a lot of grant funding. And you have to, because what we're trying to do is supplement you. But you have to be very, very careful about the grants you go after and make sure there's no strings attached. Because you don't want to get this free money and then find out that 2 years from now it wasn't such a free deal after all. You're going to be locked into doing something you didn't want to do for the next 5. So you've got to be real careful and read the small print. It's not free because it's still your money. It's just coming from the federal level or the state level. I guess what I want to let you guys know is that, you know, we all come to a time that we have to move forward. It's like term limits. People will say, well, you know, you need term limits. I'm in office. I am term limited. You don't need to pass yet another law for somebody not to enforce. I'm term limited. Every 4 years, you can limit me. And when I quit doing what you are holding me accountable for, then it's time for me to go home. Or maybe somebody that's running against me just has brand new ideas. How refreshing would that be? It's not a shame if y'all choose a different direction. People, there's chocolate and vanilla for everybody. Doesn't make one worse, one better. It just means sometimes you need a change. And that's what, you know, the opportunity is going to give to all of us come November is to have a change. We'll have an opportunity to change in our local elections. We'll have an opportunity to change in our state elections. And we'll have an opportunity to change in our federal elections. And I look at all of y'all in this room and I say, why are y'all here tonight? Why are y'all? Are y'all here to make a difference? Yeah. Good. And because what I'm going to do is challenge y'all to do what I did. I want you to step out there. God gives us talents. Everybody in this room has a talent. You're either a fundraiser, or you do telephone work, or you're just a people person and you can go out and shop and just knock doors and shake hands. And that's what I want to offer to y'all, and I want to challenge y'all tonight. I want to remind you that now's the time. It's not going to get any better. This is it. Now's the time. Today's the day. please go forward and make a difference in our country so that our children and our grandchildren can have the life that we grew up with. And I don't want anything less for them. I want them to have better than I had, not worse. So God bless each one of y'all. God bless Hopkins County. God bless the state of Texas. And God bless the United States of America. Amen. Did y'all have any questions?
Yeah, I have one question.
Okay.
Can you transfer that dedication to accountability to the State House, to the Federal House?
That's what we're going to do with Irwin Cain. Irwin Cain. How many of y'all realize the close relationship between the state representative and county government? Okay, let me kind of give y'all an idea. In 1845, when county government was formed, it was, look at him, bless his soul. Gave her a mic. In 1845, when county government was formed, they formed it so that the seat of government would not be any further away than a horseback ride. And that's so that everybody would have a voice. County government is a direct arm of state government. If we find something that we don't like, it's like right now I have an issue with some waste that's being spread on some property. Now, it's good for the generator, it's good for the hauler, and it's good for the person that's getting it spread on their property. Unfortunately, it smells. And if you get too much of it in waterways, it's going to cause a problem. And so, but the law as it stands now says they're all doing everything that they're supposed to do, and that's fair. But I'm worried about the people who've had their quality of life changed. And I've got no help there. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to start working with state government, because county government doesn't have any authority. It all comes from the state. So what I want to do is work with Irwin, work with Senator Bob Deuel, and get some bills passed. And that's what we'll do, is we'll go meet with them. We've got a meeting coming up with Senator Deuel, and we're going to explain this situation to him. Y'all may or may not know, TCEQ, when they get ready to spread this waste product, which is environmentally friendly, they just write them a letter and they say, TCEQ, we're fixing to just spread this stuff out here on this property. And TCEQ writes them a letter back and they says, golly gee, thank you for letting us know. Now, we're not telling you it's right and we're not telling you it's wrong. Just go forth and do it. And so now they've got kind of approval from TCEQ to go spread this. And when you start arguing with them about it, they go, well, TCEQ said it was just fine. So we want the application tightened up a little bit. I'd like for that application to at least prove up that they own the land. I think that would be reasonable, or that they've got a legitimate contract in place, or how about they have to say exactly what they're spreading on that land. Now, that would be nice, too. So that's how county government and state government are hooked together. And so we'll be working with Irwin side by side on quite a few issues, and he'll take it to the state, and we'll go help him knock doors. Anybody else? Uh-huh. I tell you, it's scary. They sent me to a school, and I went down to LBJ. It's the LBJ library, and your school is there. And you have a very, very intensive 1 week course, 1 week. And the book they give you is about that, literally, it's yellow binder, and it's about that thick. And you've got to remember, I set the budget for all the offices. So not only have I learned what's out in the community, I've learned what each office does, or a smattering of what each office does. And they send you home. Now, the scary part of this is they also told you how many different ways you can end up in jail. Because a lot of it comes back to you. And so you spend the first 6 months, really, it's like a deer caught in the headlights. It's a very scary thing. It's so not what you thought it would be. And it's a challenge. Every day is a challenge.